So do you guys have vivid dreams like me sometimes? I had a big dream about Navia yesterday. Call them dreams here. Let's get in on this. Now, is Navia going to be the Geo savior? Is she going to redefine what Geo does? She's coming in with Geo buffs? Not from what I've seen so far. Actually, I don't even know if you're going to run her in a Geo team. She actually seems like she's going to be better with non-Geo characters for the most part. Let's touch on this right now. So crystallization, the reaction, are they going to change it? I'm not sure, but she utilizes it basically what we utilize right now. You pick them up, you get a little barrier, right? But this is what her elemental skill does. So her elemental skill is going to have the ability for you to do more damage the more you pick up crystallization reaction crystals off of the field. Her elemental skill is going to have 2 charges on it. That's what they had in my dream, which is pretty cool. And it's got a press and a hold form. As far as damage goes, the press form and the hold form are basically equivalent. Why would you want to use the hold form? Well, the hold form sort of draws in the crystals to your Navia so she can gain access to her unique mechanic for the elemental skill, which is as follows. Every time you pick up a crystallization crystal, she gets a stack. We'll call it like an ammo stack, right? Because she's got that gunbrella, right? She's gonna, she's got the gunbrella. It's cool. She's a Claymore character, by the way. For those of you who are attentive, I know we can't really show a whole lot. Can't show dreams on YouTube. It's very difficult without getting demonetized. But the more crystallization crystals you have access to, the more ammo you can get. You want to get at least 3 ammo, because if you get 3 ammo, which is 3 crystals, you'll fire 11 shots basically. And these shots can pierce enemies. And if all 11 shots hit at least the same enemy, you're gonna do big bonus damage that way. So if you only need 3 ammo to do the most amount of big damage with the 11 shots, what are the other 3 for? Basically, if you have more than the 3 ammo, you have 4 ammo, 5 ammo, 6 ammo, you'll get a small bonus amount of damage on top of it. The big bonus damage comes from landing all of those shots on the same target, which is very helpful and easier to do because these shots can pierce through enemies, right? Maybe you might not hit all 11 on all of them, but hopefully you can hit 11 on at least one person. So this seems more or less AoE and more single target. I didn't really have anywhere in my dream someone venting enemies up in the air and you firing 11 shots and having them penetrate through everybody and home and seek. But for big bosses, you're gonna be able to do a lot of bonus damage this way. And remember, her elemental skill has 2 charges. So you're gonna wanna have, some other non-Geo characters in your party. She doesn't really do crystallization as a reaction herself. So what you want to do is you want to have access to other non-Geo characters and maybe one other Geo character to help you do the crystallization reaction, right? Maybe you have like an Albedo in your party, just constantly proccing crystallization reactions for you, or Zhongli Pillar. Something off the field that can proc with another element, create these shards for you so you can pick them up or suck them in with Navia's skill and shoot them out for big damage. That's pretty cool because that also helps us get 2 Geo characters for Geo Resonance, so they get damage bonus up for your Geo and Geo Resist down. You're gonna wanna have another Geo character. The burst is pretty basic. You're gonna use your elemental burst. It's gonna do initial hit of Geo damage and then rain down a little bit more Geo damage for like 4 seconds after. You're also going to generate some ammo for yourself as well. So not only are you going to generate ammo from picking up crystallization shards, your burst will give you a couple back as well. And that can help set up your next elemental skill. And speaking of your elemental skill, let's talk about some passive talents as well. So after you use your elemental skill, whether it's the push form or the press form or the hold form, you're going to get some Geo infusion, but it's not a very long lasting Geo infusion. It's about, 4 seconds. That's what it seemed like in my dreams, like 4 seconds of Geo infusion. And you're a Claymore character, so you're going to be able to use your burst, use your skill, right? Pop all those shots out, and then take the field, stay on the field for a couple more seconds, and do damage that way, which is pretty decent. But not only you're going to get this Geo infusion for 4 seconds, you're also going to do 40% more normal charge attack and plunging attack damage as well. So pretty good. You kind of come in quick swap, elemental burst, elemental skill, boom, 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 and leave. You can do that again. And if you have someone else off field that's applying Hydro, right? Xingqiu, Yelan, Arena, you're also raining damage down from your elemental burst. You're infused with your normal and charge attacks now. And this means that you can also generate more crystallization reactions. And not only did you get the ammo back from your elemental burst and use your skill, you're going to generate more ammo from being on the field for those additional 4 seconds, so then you can use your elemental skill again, hopefully with at least 3 charges. So you can get like a big 6 charge skill off into your burst and at least like a 3 charged ammo skill on your elemental skill. And then her second ascension passive is kind of tame, basically for every non-Animo, non-Geo character, non-Dendro character, Pyro works, Cryo works, Electro works, Hydro works. For every one of those characters you have in there that are that element, you're gonna get 20% attack, but this only stacks up to 2 times. So basically, if you have a Pyro and a Hydro character, you'll get 40% attack. If you have a Pyro character, and a Hydro character, you're still gonna get 40% attack, which works pretty well with what we talked about earlier. You're gonna wanna have another Geo character in your party for Geo Resonance. You're gonna wanna have another Geo character in your party for the ability to generate the actual crystallization shards, so you can pick them up for Navia, because you want to, well, have access to your 6 ammo before you pop your burst and use your skill and do everything we just talked about. So it's gonna be 2 characters that are Geo, 1 Navia, 1 somebody else, and then you'll have 2 of these other elements to get the 40% attack from your passive. And so now you can kind of see what her role is in this dream. She's this sort of quick swap type character that takes the field for a little bit. Think of her kind of like not Raiden Shogun's role, but kind of how Raiden Shogun plays, where she's off the field the majority of the time, comes in, uses her burst, does some stuff, uses her normal attack, charge attack combos, and then leaves again. Navia is going to be sort of the same thing. You're going to be doing damage with your other characters, your other supports, right? They're going to be facilitating a lot of your game plan, and then you're going to have your 6 ammo or 5 ammo. You're going to swap in, use your burst, use your skill, do some of your normal attacks, use your skill again with at least 3 ammo, do some normal attack, charge attacks again, because you're going to re-infuse yourself for 4 seconds for a total of 8 seconds of infusion, and then you're going to leave again. You're going to be able to use her as your main DPS, because she will have a decent amount of time on the field for her elemental burst skill, cooldown, infusion, all of that stuff we just talked about. And it's pretty cool. But what about constellations for this character? So the C1's pretty tame. Basically, when you use your E, for every ammo you have, you're going to reduce the cooldown of your elemental burst, and it's going to give you some energy back as well. Pretty tame, pretty decent, nothing breaking the game as far as I'm concerned there. Constellation 2 is going to give you increased crit rate for each charge of crystal shrapnel you have, or aka the ammo we talked about, which is pretty decent as well. This caps at 24%. You're gonna fire a bonus salvo, something similar to like your elemental burst, and do damage that way as well. C4 is pretty easy. It's basically just gonna reduce enemies' geo resistance when you pop that elemental burst. So, I mean, cool. C4, 20% resist down, I mean. But to be frank with you, if the enemy has like 10% geo resistance and you already have geo resonance, that's going to be 15% already. So the enemy's already going to be in the negative geo resistance. So this is going to get halved. So it's actually, it says 20% geo res for a C4, but it's really going to be like 10% in practicality. So for a C4, it's kind of weak, honestly, in my opinion, if the dream can be believed. It's a pretty weak Constellation 4. And then remember when we talked about the elemental skill, the ceremonial crystal shot, and how like ammos 4, 5, and 6 just give like a slight damage bonus, right? You really only needed the first 3 to get the full 11 shots off. So the C6 is going to give you a crit damage bonus for every ammo above 3 that you use. So ammo 4, 5, and 6 is going to give you a 35% crit damage each. So that's 105 bonus crit damage to all of your shots, and not only that, but you're gonna get 3 back if you shoot 6 ammo. So if you have 6 ammo and you shoot your elemental skill, you're gonna get 105 crit damage, and then you're gonna get your 3 ammo back. To just use it again, because remember, you have 2 charges. So that's pretty busted. But on top of that, it gets even more busted, because not only do you just refund the 3 charges, but you're going to be generating more crystallization reactions, right? Because you're shooting 11 ammos. So you have an off-field character like Xingqiu or Yelan or Farina or somebody. Your elemental burst gives you 1 back. You get 3 back for free. So during that 4 seconds of infusion you have, you just need to generate 3 more from crystallization reactions to get back up to 6, to get the free 24% crit rate and the free 105% crit damage, which is kind of crazy. I mean, that's a C6. That's a lot of free stats. And this is an attack scaling Geo character, by the way, right? Attack scaling Geo character, Claymore character, has built-in infusion. She's not, from what I've dreamed, going to change Geo. It's just kind of them playing around with what they could do with the Geo reaction as we have it now, which, as you know, it's kind of irrelevant. Crystallization seals are pretty bad in most circumstances, most players, you're not putting albedo in your team so you can get crystallization reactions, right? If you already have a Geo character in your team, a lot of the times they already have access to a way to block damage in some form or have a shield in some form. But you're never like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put Arataki Ito in here and I'm gonna, you know, put some elemental mastery on him so my shields are better. What it seems like is they just kind of took the joke mechanic of Geo reactions and turned it into ammo for somebody. You can throw rocks at people. You could do that with Ningguang, but now you can throw multiple rocks at people, which is going to be pretty cool. I actually want to see someone use a Navia and Ningguang team and you just C6 them both and you just throw stellar jades everywhere and those are flying around, and then you have the crystallization shots flying around. I'm not sure what you do with this team, but it seems pretty easy to build. 2 Geo characters and then your choice of Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Cryo. Off-field ones that apply are going to be amazing. So wow, guess what, guys? Yelan's good again. Xingqiu's good. Farina's really good. Anyone who can do off-field anything and apply and help you generate crystallization shards is going to be awesome there. So let me know what you think about this dream down below. If you're saving for Navia, because yeah, she's got the cool kick with her sword. That's what I've dreamed anyway. It's only a dream and everything could change. I don't even know if these dreams are correct, but check that out down below. Hit that like, come back for more stuff, not just future dreams, but also current content. We're Noel Mains here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.